Hello, everybody, and welcome to Psychic Medium Toni Greene. I'm Toni Greene, the Psychic Medium. All right, I just want to quickly thank WSCS, Rude Rangers, Roku, Apple TV, all the stations that we are streamed on. And a quick reminder that yes, this does air on actual TV. Um, as well as radio stations and podcasts. Um, when you call in, just be a little bit mindful of that. If you would like to call in and ask a question or connect with a loved one on the other side, the call in number is 845 277 9131. And if you would like to watch us or join us while we're doing the live show, it's every Monday and Wednesday. You can join live by calling that number or just joining us on YouTube. So I want to thank everybody on YouTube who's already joined us: Heather, Fawn, Sal, Patrick. Thank you so much, Terry. Hey, everybody. And Susie. Hey, good morning to you too. I want to answer a couple questions that I've already received on YouTube, and then I'm going to head over to the call log. And if you do call in, it's one question per caller, and it is, or one connection. Okay, let me go to the first question came from Heather, and it was, should she pursue the insurance job part-time? And what I'm getting on that is a yes, no. I feel like if you pursue it, you'll probably get it, but you won't love it. I think you're doing it because you feel like you have to, not because you want to. So it'll become more of a burden than anything to you. Okay. Now, Fawn is asking, did the surgery cause my mother's issues? The best way I can say this is like this. There wasn't Did the surgery cause the issue? Y- yes. Now, there was something going on with your mother prior to the surgery that also, um, if that had not have been going on, the surgery would not have caused this issue. There was like an underlying issue, and the surgery and antagonized it or brought it to the brought it up. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Um, so yes, I hope that answer helps you. Okay. Uh, can I ask, when will I meet my man? Oh, Terry, when will you meet your man? November. Yeah, they're getting so specific with you guys. I'm getting November, and then I see 14th, 15th on the calendar. And then I also see the 18th. So make sure you're out and about on those days and you're looking around, not in your phone. Um, hey, Ozzy. Oh my gosh. Ozzy, how are you? I'm so happy you joined us here today. Um, Okay, those are the questions on YouTube. Now, what did I just do to my bangs? The hair challenge with women is real, guys. It's so real. You guys don't know how lucky you have it. You don't. You just don't know how lucky you have it. You don't have to use all the special products. I mean, you can if you want, but you don't have to. The hair struggle is real with women. I'm just saying. Thank you so much, Patrick. Um, oh, So Heather colored her roots. That's always the best feeling in the world is when we just get our hair done. It's never better than that first week of getting our hair done. Yes. Thank you so much, Terry. Okay, I'm gonna start taking callers and I'm going to say your area code. When I say your area code, please tell me your first name and where you're calling from, and then have a somewhat specific question or connection available. Okay. Hey, Susie. Susie needs help. I feel like I lost so much. Do you see anything I need to do or can do that I am not? That's kind of vague, Susie. I'm going to ask you to call in, Susie. The call in, if you can call in, the call in number is 845-277-9131. Yeah, you have had some very, very significant loss. Is there anything I need to do or I can do that I'm not doing? Okay, so whatever your faith or belief is, don't take this the wrong way, but the first thing I'm hearing is pray. And when I think of prayer, prayer for me might be a little bit different than for other people. I don't go to a book and pull something out. I just talk directly to angels and God, and I let them know what's going on. And I sometimes will tell them, this is what I need, because as most of us already know, angels don't intervene unless we ask them to. They don't step in and do things unless it's an emergency situation. Then they will step in and do something. But if it's not an emergency situation and we're wanting or needing something, it's always best to go into that state of meditation or prayer or whatever you call it, communication with the divine or the other side, and ask them or let them know how you would like them to intervene and what you would like. Um, I'm also getting you can call on certain ancestors to help you with that, and they'll be very, very happy to bring in your strength. And on that note, let's do our first clearing of the show. And the first clearing is usually it hits me here, here, here. This one's hitting me right in the stomach and the solar plexus. It's really hitting me there. So let's clear that. All that caused this has cleared. I get a note. Let's clear that. You guys. I need you to know I clear all of these things for myself on a steady. So when I get on here and I'm having like this, it's definitely yeah, it's a collective clearing. Oh, and then there it is. Let me know if you guys feel that. I'm going to go straight to caller 203. 203, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Toni. It's Pat from Connecticut.
Hey, Pat, how can I help you today?
Last time I spoke with you, you mentioned that my son was going to affect me in either 6 days or I think 6 weeks. I visited with him. It was successful. It's slow progress with him. Can you tell me how that went, or is that what affected me? I got really pretty depressed, but money's really affecting me too.
Yeah, you know what, Pat? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say a couple of things here. When we reconnect with someone we haven't connected with in a bit, we always want to have that faith and hope, and we kind of we don't jump in blindly, but we want to have the hope that everything's going to work out and be okay, and then we kind of tiptoe and we're on eggshells, and don't do that. Because what's going on in your mind right now is a back and forth between what happened in the past and what could happen in the future, along with Am I doing the right thing? There's a lot of fear in this situation, and we don't look at it as fear. We look at it as, just moving forward. The first thing I'm going to do for you, everybody listening, everybody re-listening, watching, rewatching, we're going to clear the fear. So you may feel this, and it may feel very strong. Now, the one thing that I will say is when we go through emotions, we go through them on a, let's clear that, and we're going to see what comes of this. So please let me know, for you, anybody online, anybody listening or watching, let me know what you're feeling with this. I do want to say, I want to say this to you. Move forward slowly and carefully. Sometimes people change, but sometimes the change is temporary. So just move forward slowly and carefully. Don't have expectations, and um, don't, if you, I'm not going to say that. Um, yeah, just move
If I
forward.
what?
If you move, just move forward slowly, and don't have expectations. That's the best thing I can say for you, and I hope that that is helpful for you. um i don't I don't I know that that did affect you. That's part of what's affecting you. There's a number of other things that are affecting you, and what I would say for you
Okay.
is spend a lot of time in um meditation or prayer. Spend a lot of time figure like releasing it, if you will. Okay, love?
Okay. Can you tell me if he making slow progress bit by bit? I'm patient. I don't have big expectations.
No. The solid
Okay.
answer I'm receiving is no. And again, I'm gonna say this to you. When it comes to family situations, that it's kind of a facade. There's something
Yeah, I know that.
yeah, there's something he wants, and I don't like to put it this way, but if I'm being blatant and blunt, he's basically working you right now. He's really working you because there's a specific outcome he wants. And so go very
Okay.
slow, tread lightly, and don't have high expectations. And the part of
Okay.
what's going on with you is you see that, when we love someone, especially men and women, when we love somebody, our ability to be in denial is at an all-time high. I'm sorry, I'm giggling at that because I'm not laughing at your situation. I'm just thinking of my own past situations where, you know, and then our head and our gut and our heart are fighting each other, like, okay, I kind of think this is the truth. I know this is the truth. Intuitively, I'm getting this is the truth. But if I look at this truth, then I have to take this action. And I'm not ready to take that action yet. And I think that's where some of
I
your emotional stuff is affecting you, because you know the
Yeah.
truth. You're just not wanting to
I
jump
do
on
know
that.
I do know the truth. I just am putting myself under the assumption that letting him talk to me about, complaining, being hopeless, and so on, helps him.
Okay.
And I could be wrong.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say about that. Sometimes that does help if
Thank you.
the person is looking for a solution or an answer or help. But if they're just
Yeah.
complaining to
Yeah.
complain, and I cannot stress this enough, they're reaffirming the negative program in their brain. Now, when we say something, whether it be to another person or ourselves, okay, whether it be to another person or ourselves, we say it once, a little dot in our brain is connected. We say it again, another dot is connected. We create a synapsis, which becomes a program, which becomes a belief, which becomes a way of life. So if he's looking for an answer or a solution, and he legitimately wants help and therapy, and or to get this resolved, go for healing or whatever it is, that's one thing. But if he's saying it just to complain, and and I know everybody needs somebody to talk to, but if there's no action following that of, listen, I hear what you're saying, I'm validating what you're saying, these are the steps you need to take. If they don't want to hear about the steps, if they don't want to hear about the solution, they're just you know what, they're just reinforcing the program, and they're stuck. Okay. And until they're ready to get unstuck, you can listen. You're a mom, you should listen, but you should also try to have resources, steps, or things that can be done along with that. I hope that makes sense, love.
I hear you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And
it helps.
You know, if he can't,
a lot of clarity. Thank you.
Thank you. And if he can't go to a therapist, ask him don't just listen. Ask him different questions that will make him look at it differently. Make him run a new program in his mind. And those difference, if he's complaining about, let's just say, a relationship, say, this is one of my favorite questions when people talk to me about relationship stuff and they're stuck in a really difficult situation. I'll say to them, how much longer do you think you can, do this? Do you think you can do this for another week? Everybody inevitably says, oh, yeah, I got this for a week. Do you think you can do this for another year? That they're like, no, I can't do this for another year. Okay, if you can't do this for another year, how much longer can you do it for 5 months? Because people live day to day, repeating in this cyclical day to day life. And when you put it to them that way, they start like timing it. And then you can say, well, have you thought about a get out plan? Have you thought about a way to dissolve it? Have you thought about this? What do you think your best action would be? Ask open-ended questions. Even if he can't answer them in the moment, he may be able to answer them later on to himself. It's not the answer that's important. Right. Sometimes it's the question and reopening a different part of the brain. Okay?
Yep, I get it. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. You have an amazing rest of the day.
Love you, Toni.
Love you too, sweetie. And good luck. Good luck. Okay.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I'm going to go directly to 313. 313. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Brian, and I'm calling from Indiana.
Hey, Brian.
And
yeah,
good to talk to you again. I was calling because I am planning to move back home to Michigan soon, and I'm trying to see how things are going to go with my step siblings. My father, and I really didn't get along that well, but we made our peace after he had a stroke back in February. But my step siblings have been slow to kind of warm up to me throughout my life. And I just want to know, how do you see things going for me when I move back to Michigan with them?
Okay, so when you move back to Michigan, and I love this statement, we were given our family to kind of train for the world, and we were given our friends to feel like family. Don't have high expectations. I feel like your step siblings are very, I hate to say this, they see you kind of as, and I don't use this word lightly, they see you as a threat in some way for some reason, and not like a physical threat, but maybe just the way everything goes, or whatever it is. I feel like eventually they will come around a bit more, but they will always be guarded. Okay. I think that they will always be guarded. Okay. And when you go back, don't have the idea or the feeling that they are going to just all of a sudden be in a space where they are able to accept things. It's going to be a long road for that. Okay, love?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like,
Absolutely.
yeah, I honestly feel like, and here's the other thing I want to say on this note. You don't owe anybody anything, not even to prove who you are, and especially not to prove your worth or that you belong in any situation. You owe no one nothing. You don't have to show up and prove you're valid or prove that you deserve to be uh, like in their grace, which is not very graceful, I might add. Um, you show up as you and show up kind of with a opinion or an attitude of, I can take it or leave it. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be loving. I'm going to be me, but I'm not going to I'm not going to work at making this work. Either it works or it doesn't. Either you're good or you're not. Either we're good or we're not. But don't try to prove. It's not proving. Don't try to. I guess the simple way to say it is don't try to get them to accept you or don't try to show them who you are. They already know you're solid and you're good. Okay. They already know that. Um, this is a them issue, as you know, and there's nothing you can do to fix that issue. Um, and that's on them. That's on them. You're not going back for them. So go back with the idea that you are going to be, um, you know, doing what you need to do there. Okay.
If I may ask, how do you see things going for me in Michigan overall, despite them?
Good. I see them going good. Now they will get better. They'll get better as time goes on. I'm going to be honest with you, Brian. I don't see you staying in Michigan very long. I see you being there for a little bit of time, but not very long. I feel like you're going to be there at around the 3 or 4 month mark. You're going to realize maybe that, you're going to realize why ever you're there might not be whatever. And at the 6 month mark, you're going to start looking for your next location. And I feel like, and again, this is all choice. I'm not directing your life. You could go there and say, nope, I'm going to make it work no matter what. But around the 3 or 4 month mark, you're going to realize this might not be the place for you. Around the 6 month mark, you're really going to start looking for your next location, if I can put it that way. And then after that, once everything, and I don't know what they mean by once everything is settled and done, you're going to then really solidify your next location. Okay.
Okay.
When everything unfolds and the way it unfolds, you're going to understand better. Now, when you go, go with the idea and the understanding that you're going to do everything you can to make your life there work and be as happy as it can. But then also, be open to the fact that it's a big, beautiful world. And if you end up landing someplace else, that's okay too. Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. I hope
All
this
right.
was,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome. And I really hope this was helpful.
Anyways, talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to go to 904. 904. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Wendy calling from Florida.
Hey, Wendy, how can I help you today?
Hi.
Hi.
I started a job last week, and I'm not qualified for, and not qualified, not trained for, and I wanted to find another spot in the company. Do you see that happening, or I'm going to end up somewhere else?
Okay, that's up to you, and it depends on how much patience that you have. I do feel like the company is going to move you from within to another location. I don't know that that location is going to be any better than the one you are in right now. They're filling their need, regardless of what any employee wants or is qualified right now. They're kind of going on the fly. So wherever they have the need and when they have that need is where they will move you. If I'm getting, if I'm tapping into the company. Right now, I'm just tapping into the company. So they're filling needs. They're not concerned with the fact that you're not very qualified for this position. They're more concerned with just filling the position and thinking you can be like kind of trained on the spot for it. Now, in about a month or so, within or around a month's time, they will move you. Um, and again, I can't say that where or how they're going to move you is any better, if you'll like it any more than where you're at right now. If you have the patience, if you have patience, in about 6 months, um, you'll be happier with the company. You'll be in a better position and you'll be happier with the company. It's about 6 months. Um, I do think also, excuse me, I do think also that if you decide that you want to move on or go to another position, please keep this. I know you know to keep this position while you're looking, no matter how frustrated you are. I do feel like if you do decide to look for another position, you will find one. It will be a little better. It will be, you'll feel more qualified for it and more in place for it, if that makes sense. Um, and that'll be in about a month through the process of finding it, interviewing and everything. That'll be between the 4 and 6 week mark that position comes in. Okay, love?
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you.
I hope this was helpful.
Yes, thank you.
You are welcome, and thank you so much for calling in. I want to say hey to Amy. Hey, Amy, how are you? I hope everything's going well. I am going to go to 347. 347, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Katie. I'm in Georgia.
Hey, Katie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you. So how can I help you today?
Okay. So, my lease is up next week, and I am working. You know, I did take Sunday, so I have income, but I was hoping to get another employment, and I'm trying to just see. If I would have got the employment, I would have extended my lease for a little while longer. But I didn't get it this week, so I need to move, and I'm trying to figure out about. 'Cause I need to, save up my money, or just have a steady income of a certain amount to get a place. And I'm trying to see about that, and then I'm trying to, if not, I guess I could move back in with relatives, but in another state. And I'm just wondering about that.
Okay, can I please ask you what's the other state?
New York.
Mm, 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 mm. Okay. I don't. I feel like. Okay. I do feel like you are going to move. You're going to end up moving, and I do feel like it's going to be a little bit sooner than you want it to be, or than you're ready for it to be. Okay. So please start getting your stuff together and start
Mhm.
making sure. I feel like
Packing.
wherever you are, this is the statement I'm hearing, and I hope you understand it the way they're bringing it through.
Mhm.
Wherever you are, they don't play. Wherever you're living, the statement I'm hearing is they don't play. The second thing I'm hearing is on the fly. Now, I'm not really sure how that applies in this situation. On the fly, like you might have to move on the fly. I don't know what the laws are
Mhm.
in Georgia for relocating somebody or displacing someone, but I feel like these people might not even completely abide by the laws. So be aware of that. There are places that will protect you, but it might
Mhm.
be too little, too late, because once you're out, you're out. I do feel
Mhm.
like you need to be on your A game as far as finding someplace and at least getting your things into storage, and then worrying about your next place. Like if you have to, like, let's just say move in with a friend, you want to make sure your stuff is secure in storage before anything goes down.
Mhm.
I'm also going to say
Mhm.
that you are going to find more permanent employment in about, again, it's looking like, I keep pushing them for an answer. I keep pushing them for a different answer. I'm like, not really. Can we do better than that? Come on, let's do a little better than that. Come on. Can't you do better than that? It's like I feel like I'm negotiating a used car or something. I'm like, no, I think you can do better than that. Bring it sooner than that. Um, can I ask you, what part of Georgia are you in?
Okay, so I'm currently in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, but I have some friends down here, but I'm in Atlanta, and no, if I was going to extend my lease for the rest of the month, I would pay for it. But they said when it's a month to month, they can still rent it out to somebody.
Yeah,
I
I feel like
said. Like even if I, that's what they said. They said. So I was like, oh, so right. So what I'm in Atlanta, but like my mother and sister, they live in a house in New York. But I ultimately plan to move to Charlotte, but I still need to, wherever I move, I still need an income. Like even if I was to stay in Georgia or move somewhere else, I need because they want you to make 3 times the rent. So I need better, I need a better income.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to see what what to do.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. Based on what you're saying, your relocation. Okay, so first of all, you need a position that no matter where you go, you can keep your employment. So one of the things I'm going to say is go online and look at companies and go to their remote go to careers and look up remote. That way, if you're in Georgia or you're in, I keep hearing Gainesville. I think and again, I don't, geography is not my strong suit, neither is spelling or words or grammar or whatever. Anyway, I'm just going to say, I keep hearing Gainesville. Now, I think there's a Gainesville in Georgia. I don't know. Maybe that's Florida. I don't know. Here's what I'm going to say. I hear Gainesville. There might be a company. This can mean one of two things. There might be a company in Gainesville that has a remote position available, or you might want to look at Gainesville. Now, what I'm also hearing is definitely seek out a remote or a work at home position. and get that solid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know I've said this a million times. Tesla, Apple, a lot of the bigger tech companies, they absolutely hire remote positions and they absolutely train you. And Apple will even send you the computer, train you on it, and have you, working remotely. That might be a jumping step.
Yeah, I'm doing a remote project now, but I just want something better that pays more money and, more permanent.
Here's what I'm going to say again. Whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, I'm hearing go to company websites and find that thing that's more permanent. Now, I'm also hearing you are going to move, and it's going to be a lot quicker than you want it to be. You don't have the time you think you have.
I'm going to move.
I am here. Let me repeat this. So let me repeat it. You are going to move, and it is going to be quicker than you want it to be. So you might not have a choice. And they might come to, like, your people might come to you and say, hey, we found someone, you need to be out by this date. Yeah. So you need to, don't feel like you have all the time you want in this place. I feel like you need to start getting your stuff together and start actively.
I am.
Good, because I'm going
to do that. So what I wanted to know, I get what you said. And what I want to know about is staying with my relatives also in New York. Is that for a few months while I get my money together and stuff to move?
You can do that. I'm going to be honest. I know you think that that's a really good answer. I feel like
no, I don't actually think that. But go ahead.
Thank God, because they keep saying it's going to be problematic. I know you asked that 3 times, and I did not want to answer because they keep saying it's going to be problematic. It's going to be problematic. It's a temporary solution.
I just don't know where else to go. So last minute, I just don't know where else to go last minute.
You're okay. Here's what I'm going to say. If that's your go-to, be ready to go there, because I think things are going to, I'm going to say this one more time, and I'm trying to say it in a very soft way, and I should probably be a little bit more.
I get what you're saying. I can get right. I totally get.
Yeah. Take all of your money and spend it on your relocation is what I'm saying. Take all of your money and spend it on your relocation. Whatever that relocation looks like for you. If you go to New York, make sure you know that's a very temporary fix. And but take all of your money, and I cannot be more clear about this. Take all of your money and put it on your relocation. Okay, baby girl?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Thank you.
You are so welcome, and I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, you guys, I need to tell you something. Sometimes when I'm on the air, I try to buffer the answers, and I try not to be as blunt. Not that I'm super blunt in a private session, but I try to be a little bit more delicate and not put everybody's business in the street. So it seems like I'm not answering it. If it seems like I'm playing around with an answer, it's not that. I'm trying to be very delicate about the answer that I'm giving. Okay, I'm going to go directly to 262. 262. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Amy.
Hey, Amy. How are you?
Good.
Good. How can I help you, love?
I always have a million questions. So one thing is, recently I had a something visual going on. It was like in my left it was in my left eye, but it wasn't really in my left eye. It was always off to the left. But when I moved my eyes around, it stayed in the same place. And it looked like an oval or a football shape or something. Like I could see through it, but I could see the edges were bright lights with like geometric shapes. So I'm wondering if that is significant or if it's like something, I mean, because people think right away, oh, health problems. I'm like, yeah, but when I moved my eyes around, it stayed in the same place. So it wasn't my eye.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if you have any.
Based on what you're telling me, I'm just going to say I feel like it wasn't ominous. It wasn't bad. It was good. I feel like it's a connection, is what I'm hearing. I feel like it's family. I feel like it's family coming in. I feel like you're starting.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I feel like you're starting to see, and here's what I want to say. Sometimes people will say to me, "Well, I really don't have anybody on the other side." Yeah, you do. You do. You have a lot of people on the other side just because, like, my grandparents passed when I was extremely young. I have a lot of aunts and uncles that passed, like, when I don't remember them, maybe I never met them, whatever. Um, that doesn't mean they're not up there rooting for me, working with me, like pushing me forward, having my back. They do. I think they're always there. And it's just a matter of when we are in that place where we can see them. Um, and it's not that they don't hide from us. They are always there. They are always present, and they are always willing for us to see them. It's when we are ready to see them that we see them. Um, so what I would say to you is when you see that, and you will see it again, and you're going to start to see other things, just say, "Hey, what's up? How can I help you?" Anything that, of course, is light is good. And don't be afraid. Even if it's, I could tell people some of the things that I see, but I don't like to do the fear factor thing. But everything diminishes down to nothingness if you don't want it in your existence, is the stated channel that's coming through me. So what I would say is now that you're starting to see again, I would say just mentally have conversations with them. Say, "Hey, who are you? What's up? What? Everything good? Anything I need to do? How can we work together?" Ask those questions, and then stop and listen for the answer. Also, okay, love.
Yeah. So the first time it happened that I really paid attention to it, the first time it happened, I think I was like, oh, maybe that's a visual migraine. And the second time it happened, I was like, oh no, this is something else. But afterwards, I kind of had a migraine. Is this because it's crossing dimensions and uses up electrolytes and all the physical stuff too?
No,
No.
Listen.
Okay, so that was something different.
So listen, and I know that I make it sound so whatever. I've had it, for as long as I can remember. I've communicated, seen, heard, played with whatever, ancestors and angels and light beings, magicians, whatever we want to call them on the other side. If you're getting a negative physical sensation with it or after it, it has nothing to do with them, because they are light and they are love, and they will heal, not harm. If something is uncomfortable afterwards, that is a completely different issue. Anything that comes in that is good and of, I'm going to use the word God here. If you don't use the word God, replace it with whatever you want, but don't tell me how to talk. I'm not talking to you specifically, Amy. Anything that is taking like electrolytes or doing any of that, don't believe that hoo-ha. Don't believe that hoo-ha, because anything good,
Okay.
anything from the light
All right.
doesn't need to take your energy. It's already light. It's already coming from goodness. It's adding to you, not taking from you. Okay, love?
Yeah. Then I'm just thinking I got interested in it or something, and I totally didn't eat and drink for whatever time period. So
Yeah, and maybe it's
that's
just
what's going to happen.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the next time
No
you
big
see
deal.
it, yeah, the
I was
next time
fine.
you see it, just communicate, see who it is, what it wants, why you're seeing it now. I mean,
Cool.
I can tell you you're seeing it now because you're ready, you're open, and that's a beautiful thing. That
Okay.
means a lot of healing has been done, and
Yeah.
you're lighter now, so you can see things now. Yeah, so that's awesome. Excellent.
For
Excellent.
sure.
Yeah.
So in future calls, I'll probably ask questions about stuff that comes through.
I love it. I can't wait.
Fun.
Absolutely. I love that. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Okay, Amy, thank you so much for
thank you.
calling in today. You have an absolutely amazing day, okay?
Thanks.
You are welcome. You are welcome. I'm going to go directly to the first. I have 2347 numbers in a row, and the first one is 3478. 347. How can I help you? Hello, 347-825. Okay. I then am going to go to 3474. Hey, hi, how are you?
Hi, Toni. How are you? I'm good.
Good. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Tanika. I'm calling from Florida.
Hey, how can I help you today?
Hi, well, first, I'm definitely looking for work. I've been applying like crazy for online remote jobs, and every company you could think of that we use in our daily life I applied to, and I haven't gotten anywhere. I'm just getting really worried because I need to start making some money coming in, and none is coming in. And so I just wanted to see what you see with me with money. And then there's a gentleman that I tried to be nice to yesterday. He's like an old friend from the past that I was interested in that I actually reached out to before I relocated. And I was trying to tell him yesterday that, I don't just want like a hookup buddy. I want to show you that I respect you and I get to know you for more than that. And he just, to me, acted like a jerk online. And he's like, oh, you're killing the mood. So I was just like, wow, really? I don't know what to make of that. I know what to make of it. He was being a jerk, but I don't even know if me and him are even going to talk again, or what you see his thing is.
So, okay.
I wanted to ask you about that too.
So men know what they're doing. They're full-grown people, just like we're full-grown people. And I'm going to start with the man thing because, it doesn't, of course, he knows you don't want to hook up, buddy. He knows you want more. It's not about you respecting him. It was very kind of you to put it that way. I actually giggled a little bit. But if I mean, I know I know exactly what you were doing with that. You're like, hey, listen, I'm trying to respect you. Hint, hint, respect me.
Right.
Hint, hint. But if he wanted to respect you, he would have. In all fairness, in every world, he is not 16 years old. And let me tell you, some of these full-grown men out here behaved better when they were 16 years old. They didn't have their game down than they do now. However a man shows up, let them show up that way. If they cannot look at you and treat you like they want a relationship from the jump, it means they don't. Now, I'm going to say a few things here that I've learned over the process of my, let's just say 20 years. Ha, 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 ha. There is, if a guy really sees value in you as his partner. Now, a guy can see a lot of value in you. A man can look at you and completely see you are an amazing woman, you're intelligent, you have your poop in a group, but no, you're not his future wife, but he wants to play with you. He don't want to stay with you, but he does want to play with you. Now, if you didn't have all of that, if you weren't beautiful, if you didn't have your poop in a group, if you weren't intelligent, he wouldn't want to play with you either. And it doesn't matter why they don't want to stay with you, whether they just don't like commitment, if they have if they just want to, they're still in their player stage, if they're afraid of commit. I don't care what your reason for not wanting a relationship is. Okay, that's not my problem. That's your problem. But if they wanted to wife you up, if they thought of you as a future partner, you would know instantly by the way they talk to you, by the level of respect they give you, by the way they treat you. Now, men can be confusing, and so can women. Do this all the time too. I'm not just saying it's only men. I'm on the phone with a woman, so I'm talking about a man because that's just the dynamic here. Women are just as, I could tell you stories about women that would make men cry, literally cry. Um, and women can be way more vicious about what they do. Women can be way more vicious in their game. Um, so here's what I'm going to tell you. If you don't want community D, you leave this boy alone. Okay? If you don't want the double dip stick, you walk on, because this boy is not about one person. Okay. And I'm also going to say, moving forward, anytime you feel like you have to validate or state what you want, just know the other person doesn't want what you want. And that has nothing to do with who you are. If they didn't think you were great, they wouldn't be barking up your tree. They just want to bark up your tree, pee on it, and then move on to the next tree. Okay. They're not trying to put that tree in their backyard. So please, moving forward, don't take it personally. Don't think of it in any other way of, they're just not ready to settle down. Of course, they think I'm amazing because they're here barking up my tree, but they don't want to own this tree. They just want to play on it for free. Okay. And you move on. As far as the work thing goes, one thing I want to say, this might not be for you, for anybody who is really looking for work, and I hope the last caller about work is still listening. I've seen a significant number of posts that the tornado area in Florida is hiring people, and they're paying them like $3,000, $3,500 for cleanup. I want to say, I can't remember if that's a week or a month. I'm sure for every company it's different, but there's a lot of people hiring cleanup crews for Florida, and they are paying very, very well. And you do not need to know what you're doing. Now, the bucket men and the linemen, you need to know what you're doing. But just to go in and help clean up, you do not, and they are paying really well. So if you are somebody who needs money now, you need work now, and you want to help people in Florida, they are paying very good to do that. As far as you go, if you're looking for something a little bit more solid, I feel like you are going to need to possibly look at something, a cash option job while you're looking for your other job. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to tell you right now. You keep looking for your other job, your work that you're looking for. But in the meantime, you maybe waitress, bartend, do something that will bring you tips and money right away. If you have the ability to do any sort of like beauty stuff that will bring you money and tips right away, get on that. We are moving into a different type of world. And I don't have a lot of time on the show left, so I don't want to speak too much about this. And I want to kind of keep this to you. Right now, get a cash job. I don't care if you waitress at a pub or bar and grill, whatever it is, if you can bartend, if you can do whatever you can do for cash, okay? Start bringing money in. When we are bringing money in, we can find other things more easily, other jobs more easily that will also give us money. Okay. So those are the two biggest things I would say to you today. Um, and I do think if you know how to do anything with hair, makeup, whatever it is, just do it. I know that people think, oh, if people who do lashes and brows, they probably don't they make more money than most of us. But I used to go to a woman who did my hair, and during the holiday season, just and I'm not kidding, from November to January, and this was years and years and years ago, she brought in so much money during that peak holiday season, in tips, not her pay, in tips. It was freaking redunculous. So people who are in the beauty industry, they do nails, they do hair, they do makeup, they do brow. Listen, us women, we are willing to pay any price for that stuff. So if you don't know how to do it, learn to do it as a side thing. If you do it, keep doing it. Um, so yes, I think whatever it is you can do on the side right now, or as full part, whatever it is, for cash, I would recommend you do it. And I had a friend who bartends. I have a couple. I know a lot of bartenders and a couple friends who bartend, and not every night, not every night, but if you get into the right place, your minimum night. And I mean, we don't live in like Miami or Florida or anything like that, but your minimum night will be a couple $100 tips, not pay, tips. Okay. Um, and that's, I think if you're needing money and you can work a couple nights a week, cash take home, pretty good. Okay. Now, having said that, please find something where you can bring money in immediately. Okay. And start doing that. And then from there, you will be able to find something a little bit more permanent and a little bit better. And I am going to say the show is winding up, and I want to say my mom had a degree, and I know I talk a lot about my mom on the show, but my mom had a degree, and she worked in with computers in programming, coding, or something like that. But she always had a side job. She baked wedding cakes. She baked for an Italian bakery. She worked at a pizza place, bowling alley place for a while, because my mom loved her some cash. She did. And she always wanted to have multiple things going on and bringing in multiple streams of income. So I do hope this was helpful for everybody listening. Please know that you are loved. I will be back Monday at noon for another 30 or 60-minute show. Until then, you guys have an amazing rest of the week. And thank you again so much for joining me.